right, shalom, shalom. All praises, glory, honor to Yahweh. Double honors to our apostles and our elders, that great millstone that gives us his truth and all his purity, and salutations to the Akim that's pushing out the word of Yahweh Shem Shah and sincerity and in truth. You know, and we out here, you know, another, you know, it's not a Saturday, but, you know, another Tuesday, you know, we bringing out the word. You know, we're about to do a video going into pretty much how the word of the Most High is coming to pass. You know, so we're going to go into some scriptures, you know, showing you that, you know, we're in the latter times, you know, that the word of Yahweh Shem Shah, you know, stands fast. You know, get that, Isaiah?
This is Isaiah 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. And it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Yeah, so the word of the Most High is going to prosper in the thing whereto he sent it. So the words that the Most High spoke before, the prophecies that he spoke about, you know, it's going to come to pass. You know, if even, you know, back then, you know, in the times of, you know, after Yahushua died, you know, the disciples, they taught it was the end. You know, even after the disciples died, you know, people been saying that the end was going to come, you know, to the point that when you talk about that today, you know, they'll tell you the same thing. Yo, they've been saying that the end of the world was going to come, you know, but guess what? The words of the Most High stand sure, you know, so his prophecies has certain prophecies had to come to pass before the actual end come to pass, you know, which is what are the prophecies? The pestilences, the earthquakes in diverse places, you know, the famines, you know.
Right. For you, this is Matthew chapter 13, verse 17. It says, for verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Yeah, so the prophets of old, the disciples, you know, they decide to see the things that we see, which is what? The World War III that's growing up, you know, the earthquakes, you know, that's happening at an unprecedented scale, you know, the volcano eruptions, the signs in the heavens, you know, the pink moon that just happened, you know, the eclipses that are happening, you know, the so-called UFO sightings happening worldwide, you know, the prophets of old, they ain't seen them the way that we've seen them at this point. You see, so they desire to see the things that we see, you know, because this is the time that Yahweh Shah is going to come back into. You see, John the Revelator, you know, he wrote about the prophecies that would come to pass in the end. You know, which one of the prophecies is what? When Yahweh Shah comes back, he's coming to conquer. He's coming to take over the so-called white man's kingdom. You see, that didn't happen in the times of the Romans, you know, because Esau didn't get that technology back then to have jets and fighter jets and, you know, weapons in outer space, you know. So all this had to come to pass before Yahushua comes back. Yeah, you get
this is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it had commanded, and his spirit it had gathered them.
Yeah, so seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. So what's the book of the Most High is what? The Bible, the Holy Bible. That's why it's known as the Holy Bible, man. You know, it's not the Holy Quran. It's not nothing holy about the Quran. You know, because you can't read about prophecies in the Quran. You can't read about the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip in the Quran. You can't read about the American Empire coming into power, you know, and coming into rulership in the Quran, man. But that's all written up in the Holy Bible, man. You know, you can't read about the so-called white man having rule over the whole planet Earth. You know, you can't read about in the Quran about Yahushua coming back, about the UFOs, about the earthquakes happening, man. You know, that false prophet Muhammad, he didn't tell you about that, man. You know, but you could read about it in the Holy Bible because that's the word of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shah.
Yeah, I may say too, because was found in the Bible, like the brother's going into, is history, man. All right, the prophecies, all right, the different kingdoms, all right, how the world was made. You know, King Solomon told you, man. You know, that was the knowledge that the Most High gave King Solomon. The same knowledge we have, man. All right, which is found in the scriptures, man. All right, how the world was made, the beginning, ending, present times. All right, so forth and so on, man. You ain't gonna find that in any other book. You ain't gonna find that, like brother said, in the Quran. All right, the this black consciousness community, you know.
That's right.
I got something real quick. This is 2 Timothy 3 and verse 16. And it reads, all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. So basically, the the words of the Lord is written in these scriptures, all right? Not one of them shall want her mate, all right? You can't compare any other book to the scriptures, all right? Because these are the words of the Most High, right? It says all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, all right? So the Most High put His Spirit upon this book, and the only ones that could decode this book is the prophets, Amos 3 and 7, you know? And it says, and it's profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, you know? Correcting the ways of men, chiefly the Israelite men. That's why the Lord, Yahweh Shai, said that for you to obtain the kingdom of heaven, you got to be born again, all right? You got to come in this thing as a little child and learn. You got to be reprogrammed. You got to be brainwashed, so to speak. The washing of the mind, all right? It says for correction, for instruction, and righteousness, all right? Because the Lord is about righteousness, all right? He's a just power, you know? That's the point.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 35. And it says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Yeah, so the words of Yahweh Shai is not going to pass away, because when you read in that chapter, it goes into all the prophecies that he said that would be happening before he comes back. You know, he said that it'll be pestilences, famines, earthquakes in diverse places. You know, he said it's going to be man is not pretty much going to have mercy on each other because of the tribulation that's going to come to pass. You know, he said it's going to be like the days of Noah. You know, nobody's going to be pretty much caring about the prophecies about what's going on. About they're not going to take heed to the words of the prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, we see that happening now, man. You know, you got people that's talking about you know, yeah, when this whole coronavirus, when this thing dies down, you know, like shit is pretty much gonna go back to how it was before. No, man. You know, hey, the elites, you know, they're using that as a this crisis, you know, to bring in about their newer order. You know, you got this devil, Bill Gates. He's talking about and nothing is gonna go back to normal until, you know, there's a vaccine for the coronavirus, which the vaccine that they're gonna try to implement is gonna have what is it, a biometric ID in it, you know, a digital ID in it. You know, it's gonna have your information, your banking information. You know, it's gonna have your credit score. You know, it's gonna have pretty much all your information on it. You know, that's what they're trying to bring in the past, because that's the agenda of the elites. You know, but the agenda of the elites is the agenda of Yahweh Shem Shai. Yahweh Shem Shai, he wrote about the prophecies about the mark of the beast in the times of John the Revelator. You know, so that has to come to pass before the end comes, man. You know, Pastor Tahar, he been talking about it, how this chip, the end is not going to come until this chip be made mandatory, man. And you see them try to make vaccines mandatory, man. You know, so you got other camps, they're talking about, you know, before they was talking about, you know, how with conspiracy theories, you know, it's June ain't no microchip. You know, I'm talking about Nate Satan. You know, you got this dude, Baloo. You know, he put a chip on his hand. And he talking about, yeah, I got the chip, brother. You know, but now they ain't joking about it now.
Yeah. You know, I got this quote here from the former mayor of Chicago, Raheem Emanuel. It says, "You never let a serious crisis go to waste."
You got it.
And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things you think you could not do before. So, you know, like the brother's going into, all right, with this whole crisis thing going on with the pandemic known as the coronavirus, all right, it has led to the whole United States of America being in the mode of quarantine, okay? And they're using this as an excuse or as a blame for, you know, the economy collapsing, all right? And they're using it as justification for pushing these draconian laws, man. All right, because you know they see it, really it's a test run, but this whole coronavirus thing, man, has been a success, man, because these American people, they sheep, man. They go with whatever the media, puts out on the news, man.
That's right, man. Yeah, man. You see all people out here running around with fucking masks and gloves and face masks and all these type of things, man. All right. And the one thing I wanted to say, what the brother was saying, one of the prophecies, it says, as the days of Noah was, all right, people were eating, drinking, and laughing and all, and getting married and all these things. Even in the height of this so-called epidemic, they still doing that, man. You know what I mean? They be having internet parties, Instagram parties, and all these things, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that goes to show you the mindset of our people, man. And we talking about the Israelites. This is who we really focus on. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. All right? You know, with all the things that's going on, this so-called pandemic, man. All right? You know, we see these prophecies coming to pass, and we ask our people, the scriptures say, what frame of mind are you supposed to be in, man? All right? Should you then make a mirth, man? All right? Now people are still out here partying and bullshitting as much as they could, man. Not understanding. Guess what, man? These are warning signs, from the Most High, because the Son is about to, make his return. All right? You want that in? Yeah, this is Psalms chapter 147, verse 15. It says, He sendeth forth His commandment upon earth, His word runneth very swiftly.
Yeah, so the word of the Most High is running very swiftly. Meaning quick. That's why the apostles, they've been talking about, how the prophecies are popping off like popcorn. And you've seen that, man. The World War III, from the time that they got on YouTube to this point, man, the prophecies have never been like this, man. America had never been in this point where they on total lockdown, man.
Yeah, let me say too, because we from the New York City camp, Great Millstone, and what is New York City known for? The city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
But here it is, we out here in the city, and once it hit like 7:30, 8 o'clock, all the businesses are shut down, and people are going home. And there's no clubs opening, there's no social gatherings.
Yeah.
All right, so shit is New York City is going to sleep, man. Shit is being shut down.
Yeah. Yeah, because New York, like your brother says, is known for a city that never sleeps, man. Even during the day now, you go to the city, man. It's and nobody out there, man.
Yeah.
It's bare people out there, man. Because that shows you how the so-called white man, he's the one that rules the earth. Because he could just put it out and tell you that it's a virus out there, which is not even that serious, coronavirus, and people are so shook now, they're in their homes. And if they go outside, like the brother was saying, they got masks on, they got gloves on and everything. And that shows you, man, hey, the Most High, He moved quick, man, just like that. He just cut out the mirth out of the land of Egypt, man, out of Babylon the Great, man. Ain't no clubs, ain't no partying, ain't no bullshitting, man. Businesses are shut down. You can't go to take a seat to eat. Everything gets shut down, man. Because the word of the Most High is moving swift, man. Since our apostles got on YouTube, we talking about the whole world is on lockdown right now, man. Not just America, the whole entire planet Earth. India, Spain, Italy, France, Philippines, Haiti, Jamaica, South American countries. They're on lockdown right now, man. Why? Because Esau said so. You see? So.
Quick precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
Salakia, because just going into what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because Esau said so, So this is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, verse 10, and I'm going to start at 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. That's the point. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell in them, and what manner of man of the city as the ruler is. So at the end of the day, these people is sheep, man. They taking heed to whatever the government is telling them. And the apostles been broken down, and it goes to mind control and the control of the mind. So through their media and their propaganda, they pushing out these vibrations upon our people, and our people's jumping on it. They jumping on it. Why you think you drive around and everybody got masks? Why you think Jake is in the house? They down to the celebrities. They telling our people to stay home. People is running with it. Jake is not rising up because the man of the man is Esau. He's a devil. He's trickery. You know, it's witchcraft, and he's putting it upon our people, and they falling for it. You know.
This is Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch, and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Mm-hmm.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Mm-hmm.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yeah, so the vision is for an appointed time. You know, that's why I get 2 Ezra 4:37. You know, because the Most High, you know, his prophecies got to come to pass in order. You know, so certain things have to happen before something else come to pass. You know, he don't just bring the end about. No, everything has to be in order. Just like in the book of Daniel, when you read the book of Daniel, it tells you how the different empires and kingdoms would come to pass. You know, he tells you in order. He said it'll be the Babylonians. No, it's like it'll be the Assyrians, the Babylonians. Then it'll be the Persians, the Medes, the Greeks, the Romans, and it'll be a second leg to the Roman Empire. You know, so the Most High, he does things in order. You see? So the end didn't come during the time of the Persians. It didn't come until the time of Alexander the Great or the Romans when Yahushua came about. You know? So Yahushua had to die and go to his father, and then what? To the point that we're in today for the rest of the prophecies to come to pass. You got that, 2 Ezra?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just going into real quick because you said it didn't happen at that time, even one time of Yahushua, because even what Paul spoke about, it had to be a falling away first.
Yeah.
You know?
Come.
Then the son of man, the son of perdition shall be revealed, going into Esau. You know?
Yep.
It says, this is 2 Ezra 2. 2 Ezra 4 and verse 37. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the set measure be fulfilled.
Yeah, so the Most High, he does an order, man. That's why he said, the creature may not hasten above his maker, so you can't hasten the Most High to bring his prophecies to pass. You know, you know, we're just speaking about, you know, the disciples. They wanted the end to come. They asked the Lord, like, yo, pretty much, I forgot how it goes.
I got it.
What shall be the sign that coming?
Yeah, come. And of the end of the world. You know, yeah, you can get that too.
I got the one that asks.
Yeah, get that.
This is
Yeah, what you go for?
Huh?
You get what you go for?
Matthew 24.
Yeah.
This is Acts 1 and verse 6. When they therefore will come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so pretty much they were hastening the day, man. Like, oh Lord, you resurrected, you know, so you got the glory. So you about to give us a kingdom now? You know, is this it? You know? But guess what? You know, the Lord said, I'm gonna
read it here.
You know?
Verse 7, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me in both in Jerusalem and all Judea and Samaria and to the uttermost parts of the earth.
Yeah, so they had to be witnesses unto the uttermost parts of the earth. Yep. You know, which is what? Here in America, Babylon the Great, you know, different parts of London, you know, brothers in South America, brothers in the Caribbean. You know, get Matthew 24 before you get that.
Yep.
Matthew 24 says, that's where you at? Where it says, yeah, matter of fact, yeah, let them get it. You get that and go down where it says, this gospel shall be preached.
Oh, yeah.
And start from the top.
Matthew 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Yeah, so the gospel had to be preached into all the world. You know, the disciples, they didn't have the internet back then, man. They couldn't go into South America. They couldn't go into certain places of the earth, you know, that the Israelites were scattered abroad. You know, the northern kingdom, they didn't get the word back then, you know. So that had to come to pass, man. That proves that reincarnation is in the Holy Bible, man. You see? Because the disciples, they had to die and reincarnate, man. That's why the Lord said what? That he told John, you're gonna prophesy again. You know, even after he died, he's gonna prophesy again before many nations and peoples. You see? So that's the time we're into now, man. You know, in the second leg of the Roman Empire being reincarnated, the disciples are back, you know, which now you have the rulers that were back in the Roman Empire, they're back today, man. You know, which Apostle Tahar, you've been saying that he believes Trump is Nero, and you could see it, man. You know, Nero, he blamed the Israelites for burning Rome, man. And you see it now in the media, they blaming the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know, for the coronavirus, man. You know, to the point that now in China, they kicking out Jake out of their houses, you know, because the government is blaming black people, you know, which they're Israelites, for the coronavirus. You know, these are the same people that's eating bats, snakes, alligators, you know, and all abominable and filthy things. But they still gonna put the blame on the Israelites, man, because why? The accuse of our brethren, which is Esau, the Edomites, you know, he said it. You know, he said so. You know, if he says you to blame for the coronavirus, that's what the whole world is gonna believe, man. You know, so it's gonna be to the point that the whole world is gonna despise the Israelites, man. You know, and even 2/3 of our people and the whole world is gonna blame the actual Israelites that believe in the truth for the coronavirus, man. You know, Esau gonna try to say, oh, you know, these Israelites, these black Hebrew Israelites, you know, they saying that God is the one bringing this plague, and they willingly spreading the coronavirus, to the point that 2/3 of our people, they're gonna believe, man. You know, you have something to say?
I have a good one.
Yeah.
This is 2nd Ezra 16, verse let me see. Yeah, we start at verse 72. So this 2nd Ezra 16, verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. You know, so you know, like the brother mentioned out there in China, you know, you got them so-called Africans, which most likely they're Israelites. All right, they're being kicked out of their homes in China. Because why? Because of the fear of the coronavirus being amongst those so-called Africans. All right, in which, first of all, allegedly the coronavirus started in Wuhan, China, by you damn gooks. But now y'all trying to reverse it and, you know, label us as the cause, or you know, because they push the so-called white man. He pushes out in his media, like you had the Surgeon General, that nigga, you know, up there speaking with Donald Trump, talking about how, you know, so-called minorities, you know, the Israelites, y'all are more prone to you know, these diseases, man. You know, your immune system is more weak. When that's a bunch of bullshit, man. That's all a bunch of fucking baloney, because we're the strongest people on the earth, man. Right. But they want to constantly put into your mind you're weak, you're dumb, you're lazy. Yeah, you know, that's that byword. That's them curses, man.
I got a quick precept just to add to what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's in Psalms chapter 31, verse 13. It says, "For I have heard the slander of many. Fear was on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they devised to take away my life."
Yeah. So you know, that's these other nations. All right, they slander the Israelites, man. All right, we're a proverb, a byword amongst these nations. Anywhere we go, man. All right, shit. They always gotta do some racist shit when it comes to us, man. You know, some fucking you know, some they show that they hate you, man. All right, in they TV shows they got racist stereotypes. All right, they like to call us niggas and, you know, all types of derogatory terms. All right, because they showing you that they hate you, man. But you got you simple-minded niggas and spicks and tomahawks out there. All right, you think that these other nations is gonna accept you, man, or they love you, man.
Yeah, that's right, man. Because hey, man, it don't really take much for these nations. You can say anything against, you know, the Israelites for them to really hate you, man. They already have a ancient hatred, you know what I'm saying, in them towards us, man. All right, you know, these so-called Chinese, man, they were under pressure for like 2-3 weeks, man. All right, they making committees and phone numbers against racism and all of these things, man. Now all of a sudden,
Niggas.
Now all of a sudden, this the so-called blacks and Hispanics is most susceptible to this virus, man. Which, as a brother said, is bullshit because we the strongest people on the earth, man. And you see what happens, man. These nations couldn't wait. They couldn't wait for them to say that, man. Now, overseas, dudes is getting, people getting kicked out of their homes and all these things, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is what these nations do, man. I'm gonna just read that again. It says, "For I have heard slander of many. Fear was on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they devised to take away my life," man. And that's what they do, man. This is really a whole elaborate plot, all right? Really, you know what I'm saying, to come down on the Lord's people, man. All right? That's what it is, man. They never, as starting off with these Edomites, man, they've been waging war on the children of Israel, you know what I mean, since the ancient days, man. Since, Jacob and Esau was in the womb, man. And that never stopped until this day, man. All right? All people love to talk about, we all equal and why can't we all get along? You know what I'm saying? That shit sounds good, but that never happened in the history of the earth, man.
We ain't all equal.
We ain't all equal. You know what I'm saying? That's not how things work, man. All people love our enemies, man. While our enemies are being what they're supposed to be, man, our goddamn enemies, man. But we in the time right now where these nations, starting off with the so-called white man, they gonna show their horns against you and let you niggas know how they really feel, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
I got something quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is Luke 21:15. It says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which your adversary shall not be able to gainsay nor resist." And that mouth the mouth is the prophets of the Lord, all right? The Lord gave us put his spirit upon us to preach against the things that's going on, all right? It says, "And wisdom. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times," all right?
Mm-hmm.
Which your adversary shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So at the end of the day, this word is, like we was going into earlier, this word should not come back void, all right? It's accomplishing that what it shall meet, all right? We moving mountains, all right? We moving mountains, all right? We taking down this government through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. These people is panicking, all right? It says, verse 16, "And ye shall be betrayed," because brother was just bringing that up earlier. It said, "Ye shall be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you they cause to be put to death," all right? Because our people is following the ways of the heathen, the ways of the so-called white men, all right? That's what they following after, all right? So whatever they gonna put in the media, coming against the Israelites, our people is gonna believe it, and you got our people begging for the society to come back. They're like, yo, it's certain jakes that's really getting mad at other jakes for not staying in the house. Like, if y'all would just listen, things will go back to normal. That's just what they saying. This is the conversation they have. Yeah, that's what's wrong. Y'all not listening. Just listen to what they say. You know? Come on, man. So what you think is gonna happen? It's getting to the point where when you walk outside without a mask, or you go into a store, a supermarket, some supermarkets they not even allow you to come inside without a mask.
I got a piece of.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Job chapter 2, verse 4. "And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man have will he give for his life." So like brother just mentioned, that these niggas in that time where it boils down to, whether you're gonna sell out your fellow brethren, or be put to death, they're gonna sell you out, man. All right, if it comes to the cause of bringing America to what it once was, which is never gonna go back to that. These people, they will willingly give up any information, man. All right, you might have, it could be your close ones, man, your family members. They'll deliver you up to the fucking so-called white man just so they could fucking get some food, man. All right.
That's right. Come. A little more. It says, verse 17, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there it says, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there shall not a hair on your head perish." So at the end of the day, the Lord is going to guide us through all this, all right? The Lord is he that endureth unto the end, and the ones that's going to endure to the end, Lord willing, that's us. and the other brothers that's pushing in the name of Yahweh Shem Shah, the hopeful elect, all right? You know? So we just watching these things play out. But you know, we got to speak on it. Because at the end of the day, the Lord said, give him no rest till he establish and to make Jerusalem a praise on the earth. Jerusalem, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites, we not made a praise on the earth yet. Like the brother was going into earlier, they flipping the whole shift on us. Mm-hmm. First, it started in Wuhan, China, with these so-called gooks, these Moabites, being the face of it. Now it's clear. No, look, it's so funny because now it's clear.
From Bed-Stuy.
They say that Wuhan, yeah, that was a nigga from Bed-Stuy. So funny. But they saying in Wuhan, China, it's cleared up now, right?
Right.
Like they there's no more curfew and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which that's not true.
It's starting to die down.
Yeah, it's starting to die down. But now mainly it's in America where the bulk of Israelites is, chiefly in New York. And now we the face of it. Like that nigga, the Surgeon General, whatever his name was, or do it for mama, do it for Big Mama.
Yeah, Jerome something.
Yeah, Jerome, yeah. You know, no personal tag, but the cat that said that, you know?
Now it's black people, man.
Now it's black people. And then at the same time, Salakia, they saying, since it's not spreading, they said I forgot what cat said it. He basically was saying, now we gotta start going inside the homes and taking out the people that's sick and getting them out of there.
Now they saying they gotta go inside the houses to see if there's social gatherings. That means like if you're a big family, you might be your woman, you might have like 6 children. They might come in there and tell you, there's too many people in the house. It got a social distance. So we got to take some people away. Yeah. That's how this devil operates, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And that, I just thought about it, bro. And that's why they have that census, bro.
Oh, yeah. That's the spirit. At the same time, they want to number all Israel, which is against the scriptures. You had Cardi B talking about in one of the promotions, one of the advertisements. It don't matter if you even if you're an immigrant.
Yeah.
This is for the benefit of all.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
First it was a big problem about the immigrants coming into the country. Yeah. Trump wanted to build a wall. Now she's saying it don't matter if you're an immigrant.
Yeah.
Get this census.
Yeah.
But you know what too? Like with the 5G, the towers that they putting in with the 5G, they could see like how many people is in one house with the 5G. So, you know, they're trying to bring in that chip. So with the 5G, they could actually see like if it's 10 people in a house, because it could be 2 families in one house. You know, it could be a big house. It's 10. You see them fucking Edomites and East Indians, they be doing that shit, man. Yeah. They get one big crib and it's like a whole bunch of them motherfuckers in there. Well, Esau, he could use the 5G and say, you know what? He knock on your door like, yo, listen, we see, it's a lot of people in there according to, what we
Wi-Fi.
See. Yeah.
You already know.
Exactly. It's too many people in there. We got to break that up. Yeah. Did y'all take the vaccines yet? Oh, now y'all got to come with us.
Nothing too. That's why they putting these testing sites in our neighborhoods, so-called Black and Latino and Native American neighborhoods, because they want to get you conditioned into this new way of living, man. Because eventually they're gonna bring, whether it's medical martial law or just plain world martial law, man. All right, they want to test these different vaccines and viruses on our people, man. All right, and that's Jacob's trouble for you.
This is Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Bill Gates.
But war was in his heart.
Yeah, just like that devil Bill Gates, man. All right. One of the brothers, they put a post in the chat. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, because it was a statement that was made. It said the same person who thinks the earth is overpopulated wants to save your life with the vaccine. And that's this devil Bill Gates, man, because back then he was pushing that global warming agenda, or the earth is overpopulated, and global warming is leading to glaciers and Alaska melting, a whole bunch of bullshit, man. All right. And now they coming with this whole coronavirus shit, all right, in which they create these viruses, man, through the CDC. All right, that's why they have in their predictive program in these movies that show you what they're gonna do before they do it, man. You know, when you watch Contagion, you know, it's the same scenario, man. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the disease started out there in China. You know, people was eating, you know, abominable foods and, you know, shit that they weren't supposed to be doing. And next thing you know, the shit spread, man. And now they come with the solution.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you gotta get this vaccine, and they're gonna push these vaccines and, you know, these different methods. All right, and they're gonna bribe you people, man,
Mm-hmm.
by saying, like, if you want to go to work, or if you want to eat, you know, if you want to try, if you want to go to these different checkpoints, you got to have the vaccine, which is going to eventually lead to the microchip.
Yeah.
Yep.
It says, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And yeah, man, you know, Bill Gates, which I really don't like this dude, man. Like, who the fuck is this dude, man? Is he part of the government or, like, you know what I'm saying? Who is this guy? How he has so much say? I think he's the top witch, bro. He's like the top witch or something, bro.
He's a puppet,
you know what I'm saying?
They gave him, you know,
But,
he got the, you know, from the elites. It's the high ups.
But that's what I'm saying. All people are so, they don't find that strange that, you know, Bill Gates has all this say, you know what I'm saying? But it was, yeah, but it says, yeah.
This nigga don't even got a fucking degree in fucking a doctorate about viruses, man.
Yeah.
And I believe this guy dropped out in high school.
Yeah.
The fuck is this guy talking about viruses for?
Yeah, and they were saying, you know, I believe in, was it London or some of these places, man? You know, when they test you for the vaccine, all right, the test
For the virus.
for the virus, sorry, the test itself got the vaccine on it.
The virus.
Yeah, and they give it to you, man.
Yeah. The testing
know?
kits. It was an article on that where they
That's
said
right.
a couple of thousands, like dozens of thousands of virus testing kits in the UK.
Right.
They had they were infected with the coronavirus.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
So that's what I'm saying, man. Hey, man, the words was how can you go? The words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, man. So they have this thing where, you know what I'm saying, yo, you got to take the virus, you got to take the vaccine. You know, we going not even the vaccine, man, just the test for the vaccine for the virus, Salakia, man. The test for it has the virus on it, man. All right. So why would you trust, you know what I'm saying, this so-called white man? All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his spirit is just to be a goddamn evil, man. They had a video yesterday with Bill Gates talking about up to 700,000 people are gonna die, and this nigga had a whole smirk on his face when he said it, man. Laughing, man.
What about your ass, nigga?
You know what I'm saying?
You're not dying.
You know?
Yeah, and then this the same man that's telling you to get vaccines, but this same man, he doesn't even vaccinate his own children, man. You know, he doesn't even vaccinate his own children. Bill Gates doesn't vaccinate his children, man. His children never took vaccines from the time they were born, man. You know? But he telling you niggas, yeah, take them vaccines. You know, we talking about the same people that affected you with syphilis, HIV. You know, everything they done is to destroy you, man. They actually purposefully create diseases to destroy you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. But that's the same man you're going to run to be safe from the coronavirus. The same people are not telling you that if you got a strong immune system, you be immune to the coronavirus. You know? Everything is about a vaccine. So, yeah, we need a vaccine very soon.
Yeah.
You know?
And also now what they're doing is, you know, for the people that's out there dying, any person that died, they trying to label it coronavirus, man. COVID, or he died because of COVID-19, man.
Yeah.
That's being the devil, man. You being a damn deceiver.
Yeah.
Because people are dying by many different causes, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you got viruses out there that's stronger than the fucking coronavirus, man. If it's even a real virus. All right, but they're not even reporting that.
You got a precept? Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah, that's right, man. So it says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't trust, you know what I mean, a motherfucker with a track record like the so-called white man, like, okay? Mm-hmm. You don't trust his records, man. We see these things, man. We seen the Tuskegee experiments, All right, you see what they did to the Native Americans. You see what they doing with the kids today, man. You giving them your child is good, man. You got a vaccine, all of a sudden your kid got autism. You know what I mean? Dude can't even walk good. You know what I'm saying? He can't read good. He can't talk. You know what I'm saying?
How did we get here? How did you so-called Negroes get here? Slavery via the transatlantic slave trade. These are the same people that's in power.
Yeah, as soon as you open the Matrix.
Yep.
It's like, damn, nigga, can I mature at least? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. But that's why people trust him, man. That's why scripture say, woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help, man. You know? Because you look at the history of the so-called white man, he never loved you, man. Yeah. You know? You got this one Edomite, you know, I don't know his name, but he did a whole video. He used to be in the medical industry. He did a whole video. He's talking about, like you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you people of color, you know, you shouldn't go to the doctors. You shouldn't be going to take vaccines and all of that, because them vaccines and all these stuffs are targeted towards you to make you sick and to destroy you, man. That's why you so-called Negroes, you have the highest rate of diseases, man. You know, whatever disease you could think of, you know, so-called black people have it the most, man. You're talking about asthma, a high blood pressure, you know, diabetes, you know, gout, you know, whatever you name it, man. You know, cancer, you know, because why the so-called white man, he designed a system to destroy you, man.
Yeah, just think about it. What's in these neighborhoods, man? Crown fried chicken, you know, Gook fried restaurant, you know,
Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, liquor stores on every corner.
Liquor store.
You know what I'm saying?
Churches.
Like we fucked up over here. The trucks that bring these foods in, that shit expire as soon as it hit the fucking supermarket, man. Now you eating
expired food.
Yeah, expired food that's been expired for mad long.
Processed food, GMO food.
Yeah, exactly.
Food when they season it. Then they promote on a mental level, because it go hand in hand. They promote in the media. That's one of their strongest, you know, eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, red lobster. You know, like the brother said, you got liquor stores on every corner, but then right next to it is a church. Yeah. So they pushing that false philosophy, because they know how people got be spiritual. So you need something to hope on. Or plantation Christianity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, his brother say, you know, sometimes we eat expired food, and sometimes we eat food that don't even fucking expire, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I watched a little experiment the other day on YouTube. The nigga took a Big Mac and lit that shit on fire, bro. He just lit the whole sandwich on fire, and it didn't even turn black, bro.
They don't spoil on nothing. Yeah. I got something though. This is Micah 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. So what we going into? Like the brother was saying, like, this place is systematically set up to destroy our people, all right? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is not our rest. The Lord saying, depart. Get your mind state of America, aka Babylon. Get out of that mind state, all right? This is not it for our people, all right? Come on, what happened in the 80s with the drug epidemic? You know? AIDS epidemic, you know, syphilis, splitting up the families, Margaret, the crack, you know, Margaret singing with the Planned Parenthood, you know, it's a miracle that we still here. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that we even got this truth. That's how you know this is all spiritual. Because we now, how is it that we as young men is out here through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, pushing against this whole vibration that's going on? You know? Sure. That was the point.
Yeah, man. Let me see. This is Wisdom of Solomon. This is Yahweh.
I got a piece of it. Okay. This is Mark chapter 16, verse 18. It says, they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them, and they shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. All right, so yeah, that's going into us, you know, eating these damn polluted foods, man. You know, drinking this polluted water, man. You know, we got fluoride in our water. We got chemtrails in the air, 5G radiation. All right, GMO foods. Okay, you know, now they want to put vaccines in us, man, and it's all through the spirit and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that we're still here, man. We're still alive, man, because, you know, Esau, Edom, you know, that's their whole mission, man, is to do away with us, man. All right, pursuant to Psalms 83, and for him to receive his blessing back, man. You know?
I got something real quick. Oh, you had something?
Yeah, I got something.
Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 32:7. The instruments also of the trail of evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. You know, so the instruments of the trail, the instruments of Esau is evil, man. You know, because what's his instruments, man? You know, the coronavirus. You know, Bill Gates himself, you know, he owns the patent for the coronavirus, man. You know, which brother's been bringing it out for a couple weeks. You know, which now, if you go look at it on Google now, they say it's a conspiracy theory, man. But when you looked it up back then, they give you the whole breakdown about the U.S. patent that the Bill Gates Foundation owns for the virus, man. You go look it up now. You know, it's a whole conspiracy, you know, and all of that. You know, no, Bill Gates does not own a patent for the coronavirus. It's just a false claim, you know. I remember I looked it up before, man. You know, it's an actual number on each and every patent in the U.S. And if you Google that patent for the virus, Bill Gates owns it, man. You know, so they create the virus, you know, they give it to people. You know, they started with them gooks, you know, but now they're trying to shift the blame on niggas as if it just came out of us. You know, niggas are so dirty that, you know, they just created the coronavirus, you know. So now it's to the point that when Jake goes outside, if you don't got a mask or gloves on, you know, people are looking twice at you, man. Like, what's wrong with this nigga, man? He knows he got the virus. Why he out here, you know, unprotected?
It's even your own people, bro.
Yeah.
Even your own people look at you, bro. I was telling this brother a story. I was like, yo, bro, I was on a bus the other day, bro. I did like this. The lady in front of me, she just got up. I never see somebody get up so fast, bro. She just got up and just went to the front of the bus. I'm like, God damn. You know? So
my old ass is driving there.
Yeah, exactly, you know. But you know, it's to the point. It's just that not just, you know, other nations looking at us, man. It's our own people, man. That's why the brother read the scripture earlier, man. That hey, man, our people gonna hate us, man. All right, and they gonna give it, you know, give us up, man, to the law, man. All right, they're gonna give us up to the law, and you know, they're gonna try to, you know, put us to death, man. All right, your own family members, man.
I appreciate it.
You know.
This is Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, "Now is come salvation and the strength and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night."
Yeah, and that's going into Esau, right? He's the accuser of our brethren, all right? Who's the one who owns the media? The so-called white men, all right? The Edomites, right? They're the ones that's pushing this agenda now that the so-called blacks and Hispanics is the ones that is mainly the ones that's having this so-called coronavirus. Right. That's bearing false witness. That's bearing false witness because they saying, and I don't know how true it is. How much deaths they saying happened in New York City so far?
Yeah, a couple thousand.
They saying a couple thousand, right? Yeah. But they saying the majority of them is Jake. Come on, 1 out of 10 Jake. We will know a lot of Jakes that's going through some type of situation like, oh, my mother just died from the coronavirus. Because you know how it happens. Yo, I noticed it. If one Jake died in the neighborhood, a lot of people know about it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
The numbers will be rapid. A lot of people be mourning right now.
Yeah.
I know a lot of Jakes out here. A lot of Jakes is not, I don't hear on a regular basis like, oh, my cousin died or somebody else died.
Right.
That's not happening. They're bearing false witness, man.
It's bullshit.
That's the accuser of our brethren, the so-called white man.
And like the brother was saying earlier, it's to the point now that whatever people die of, now it could be cancer. They label it coronavirus. Yeah. And whatever people die of now is just coronavirus. You know, this one Jake woman, she went in the hospital to get tested. She went in to get tested. Yeah. Bro, she didn't even get tested. But they said she got the report she got coronavirus. They didn't even test it yet, man. Mm-hmm. You know? She's like, yo, that's bullshit. You know? So now she got a quarantine and all that, man. Yeah. You know, but that's how this devil operates,
lies
man.
and slander.
I got a precept. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 7. It says his mouth is full of cursing and deceit
See?
and fraud.
Fraud.
Under his tongue is mischief
Yeah,
and
what,
vanity.
what is cursing? To wish harm upon somebody,
Yep.
or to blatantly disrespect. All right, and that's Esau, man. All right, he curses the Most High, and he curses us, man. All right, he wishes harm upon the Israelites, man. All right, he tries to use his enchantments against us, his media, his witchcraft, you know, all this you know, the satanic vibration, the energy that he pushes out.
Yep.
But the scriptures say what? There is no enchantment against Jacob, man. All right, but that doesn't stop Esau, man.
Yep.
He's gonna keep trying it, man. That's why the scripture said what? All right, we gotta wait upon the Lord, man. The Lord gotta deliver us, man, because unless them days be shortened, ain't no flesh gonna be saved, man.
Yeah, and the Lord also said, if it was possible, he shall deceive the very elect. If it was possible. So it's not possible. Because we see through all the trickery. All right? What's the scripture say? We not ignorant of Satan's devices. So we like the brother I'm on the ball, he just did a video. He said you gotta search out everything that this devil's doing. You gotta think 10 steps ahead. And that's a true statement. And you don't know where it's coming from, but you gotta, alright, why did this devil do that?
Right.
What was the reason for him locking this down? You get what I'm saying? And that makes so much sense. You got to never trust our enemy. This devil is on as a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. And it's evident that 2/3 of our people is going to get devoured because they trusted in Egypt. Like you had the Jake that was in the hospital. He went there to the hospital, and then he ended up being trapped in the hospital, and they forced some shit on him.
Nigga.
Not saying if it was staged or what, but you see, he like, it was going to be a revolution today. But his whole thing was he trusted in Esau for him to even go to that hospital.
In the first
I got a
place,
little on this.
That's right.
Go ahead, Salaki.
This is verse 11 and 12. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, that's right, man. So, hey, man, and that's the times we living in, man. All right, we diligently searching out the times, and the conclusion is, hey, guess what, man? We living in the last days, man. All right, these Edomites know, man. These elites know, man. Guess what, man? They have a short time, man. All right, and that's why they're gonna come down upon us. You know what I'm saying? With great wrath, man. All right, they speeding up. They don't believe this plan just happened like 2 days ago, man. This was planned out. Really, it's from the beginning. All right, really, you know, the Lord had this planned out from the beginning, and this plan is being pushed into motion, man. All right.
This is counsels from, you know, the elites.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You know, gradualism.
It's their
You know
wicked
what I mean?
agenda.
Yeah.
This is hundreds of years in.
Yeah.
From when they started the Illuminati, they wanted that one world government. You know, it's on a dollar bill.
Yeah.
You know, even before that, in the ancient times, in the times of the Romans, in the time of the Babylonian captivity, in the time of the Maccabees, they wanted the whole world to be in one consent. In the time of Tower of Babel. So like the brother was saying, this is years in the making, and this is that they about to be at the fullness of their sufficiency, you know. But it's true to say they're gonna be in the straits. They're gonna be in a difficult position, cause the Lord got them in the trick bag, really.
Yeah.
Cause they taking orders from Satan, but Satan is taking orders from the Most High. Cause the Lord control both sides. That's the just power. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord. You know?
Yep. Bishop. Psalm 64 and 4. Sorry, is it 64? Come on. This is Psalms 62 and 4. Slakia. They only consort to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Salah. You know, but that's how this devil operates, man. He'll go on TV and tell you, yeah, it's for the good of the American people. They're looking out for African Americans. They see that the African Americans, they getting affected by this coronavirus and they want to help you and all of that. But really, they casting you down from your excellency, man. Meaning what? They want to bring you down. You see? So they bring out this virus, but all over the news, that's what they bringing out. African Americans, people of color, is more prone to get coronavirus. You know, well, who do they mean by people of color, man? You know, because East Indians, they colored. Arabs, they colored.
Exactly.
But who did this devil, that what's that nigga name? That Surgeon General nigga, man. That fucking tear-ass nigga, man. What did he say? He said blacks, he said Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Right there, he told you, he's talking about the Israelites, man. You know?
Jerome Adams.
Yeah, Jerome Adams, man. That fucking nigga, man. You know, he didn't mention East Indians as people of color. He didn't mention Arabs, you know, because they're gunning for you Israelites, man. You know, they know who you are, man. You know, just like Pharaoh in Egypt, you know, he was trying to exterminate the Israelites. You know, that's the same thing that Esau about to do, man. You niggas, you're more prone to get coronavirus. So guess what? Come take your vaccines, you know, so you don't got to get it. But you go take that vaccines and that's your fucking ass, man. You go take that vaccine, you end up with the bubonic plague, man.
Yeah,
you know?
And that speech, man, it had to be rehearsed, man. It had to be, you know, that was a script, man. They told him to say that shit.
Yeah.
You know, it shows you that these niggas is fucking sellouts, man.
Yeah, they sellouts.
You know, and you sellouts, man. A lot of y'all gonna have a judgment likened to what happened to Kobe Bryant, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and worse. You know.
Yeah, they're gonna take the chip ultimately. So the scriptures tell you, Revelation 14:9, the judgment of that chip is the missiles.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately.
And just like they promoted, you know, brother mentioned Cardi B promoting the census. You have niggas promoting the microchip, man.
Yeah.
Yo, man, get your microchip, yo. Get it hooked up.
Get
You
your
know,
chip.
get a fucking, you know, they gonna, you know, probably try to deck it out.
Yeah.
You know how niggas get
yeah.
how you say they get creative with wickedness,
Yeah.
man. You know,
Why do evil?
Nigga will be like, yo, yeah, we in a recession, but guess what, man? I still got money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nigga like Floyd.
Yeah.
Floyd,
Yeah. Or why be depressed in a depression when you could have this chip?
Yeah.
You know, come take this chip. They show you the nigga walking through. He don't gotta pay for, you know.
Yeah.
He's walking through with nothing. He's walking through the airport and shit. And you looking at this nigga, because that scripture say what? The leaders of this people cause him to err. You know, because the princes, the judges of our people is these different celebrities, man. You know? So you see that, man. Whatever celebrities do, Jake do that too, man.
Yeah.
You know, Lil Wayne and all of them, they start getting tattoos. They get tattoos on their face. You know, Jake start doing that shit too. Whatever they wear, Jake do it too, man.
Yeah.
The women, whatever Cardi B, Beyonce, whatever they wear, they start wearing it too, start being sluts, man. So that's how you know it's going to be nothing for the elites to use them as puppets for Jake to come take that chip.
That's what they're doing now with the corona and all that.
Quick precept. It's Revelation 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Yeah, so the Most High is going to try them that dwell upon the earth with that chip, man. You know, to see where your faith is at. You know, if you believe that there's a higher power that can deliver you from the tribulations that are about to come, man. That's why Yahushua, what he said, he said, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth. There's going to be so much tribulation or hell going through in the earth that people are not going to believe that there's a higher power, man. You know, you got these different shows talking about God is dead. You know, I forgot what movie. It might have been The Road, but you got these different post-apocalyptic shows where they say the Most High is dead. You know, where there's famine, people are struggling to get food and all that. So the Most High, that's how He's going to test you, man, to see who do you trust. And you trust in the man, you trust in the so-called white man, or do you believe in the higher power, man?
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say, work out your own salvation, because you don't know what's in the person's heart. You can't read minds. So at any given moment, you know, a person could fucking, you know, especially somebody outside of the wisdom knowledge of the scriptures, a person can just, you know, flip the script on you, man. And just, you know, 1 minute they're like, yeah, man, the Lord this, the Lord that, and the next thing you know, you rolling with them, then next thing you know, your ass is being carved off in a concentration camp, and they're just looking at you, you know, because they'll sell you out, man. They're gonna take the chip. You know, your woman, she might take the chip. All right, if your woman take the chip, man, you know, you just gotta leave that bitch, man.
Yeah, game over.
You know,
It's game over.
If you know, your mother might take the chip, your father might take the chip. You don't know, man.
Yeah, you know, that's why the scripture say this is a solo walk, man. You know what I'm saying? This is really, you know, every man gonna have to go through what he gotta go through, man.
Yep.
It's a narrow path. It's a narrow path, man.
That's right. Where only one person can go in at a time, man.
The scripture say, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. You know, because Hey, bro, it's about to get hectic, man. You know, for the elect too. You know, brothers in the truth. You know, Esau is gonna get to the point that you could get presented with a barrel in your face. You know, take this microchip. You know, and the Lord is gonna see what are you gonna say, man. You know, you gonna say yes, take that chip, or you gonna say no and get put to death, man. You know, so we gotta have it in our minds every day that we could die for this word, man. You get presented with a guillotine, man. Hey, we gonna, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be scared too. You know, if I see a guillotine, you know, Esau tell you take that chip, or you gonna get your head cut off, man. And you laying down there, you see this guillotine about to drop on your neck. You know, that's why you gotta pray to Yahweh Shema Shah for strength to endure, man. You gotta pray for faith, man. You know, cause hey, man, it's gonna get hectic. You know, cause nobody, you know, a majority of the people out there, they don't believe in the Bible, man. You know, so you could tell them that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip, but do they really believe it? You know, when the famine come and the Most High test them, they're gonna be the first ones to take it, man. You know, nobody will go on and lose their lives, man. They're gonna think about, oh, you know, this is a new way of life. It's like you got a new iPhone. You know, you get the iPhone 10. You know, you forget about the 4. That's a 3G generation, man. You got the new chip. The chip is like the new iPhone. It's the 5G right here. You know,
it's the new cash system.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why Esau got them to where they so dependent and fiending to get back to normal life. You know, this is a pre-run. So when it's time to really push that chip out, they're gonna run to it because they want to get back to life. They want to get back to how it used to be. Everybody feeling that. That's everybody. Jake's main thing is I can't wait till the world open back up. I want outside open back up. I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be doing that. So that's the mind state. The only ones that's really like, yo, I hope this shit don't go back to normal.
It should get worse.
Yeah, we just hope it get worse. Through the spirit. And I got one more because you talking about. I got one more going into you know, the men of the Lord being beheaded, and you know, some of us gonna have to die for this truth, you know, for not taking that chip, which is the mark of the beast. This is Revelation 20 and verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. Yeah, because we gonna sit on thrones if we endure to the end. You know, Matthew 19 and 27. It says, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shah, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark. See, that's the point. Neither have received his mark. So it's going to get to the point where it's going to be a life or death situation. They talking about forcing this on you. This is a mandatory thing. You know? And we not with this system, man. Lord willing, we ain't go to the end. We not with this shit, man. The brothers want eternal life with our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shah. And in order to do that, we got to go through this trial. Lord willing. That's why we rehearsing these righteous acts and we preparing our minds. The water Yahweh Shah for giving us the proper teachers. You know? And it says, which neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or on their right hands. And it says, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. You know? So that's the glory we're gonna receive if we able to withstand this devil, you know? And the elect will. Lord willing, we just hoping that we are those men. That we a part of that fold.
Hey, that's why, you know, we gotta put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Alright? You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, immerse yourself in the scriptures because the scriptures explain, hey, some of us gonna be put to death. Alright? The scriptures say the dead and Yahweh Shai shall arise first. So we gotta understand that. You gotta understand the scriptures say the Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear, man. You know what I'm saying? And guess what, man? Hey, man, the Lord, he gave his life, you know, for us. So it's only fair, it's only right that, you know, some of us gonna have to give our life, you know what I'm saying? For the Lord, man. Ain't no greater ain't no
servant greater than his master.
That's right, man. So if the Lord went through, we gonna have to go through it, man. All right, a lot of our people don't understand that, man. And that's why you go ahead.
So 1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as Yahushua have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin.
Yeah, that's right. Keep going, bro.
I'm reading it again. 1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as Yahushua have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin.
That's right, man. So guess what, man? You gotta mentally, spiritually prepare yourself for these things to come, man. All right. So when it happens, man, it's not gonna be no great surprise, man. All right. You're gonna, hey, man, you're gonna be looking up at that guillotine. You know, that's how they say they're gonna do it. You know what I mean? You'll be looking up and, hey, bro, this is what you know, we prepared ourselves for, man. All right.
Something real quick, because you said that looking up at the guillotine. But this is what Yahweh Shah went through, and this was his mind state at the time. This is Hebrews 12:2. It says, "Looking unto Yahweh Shah, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross." What was the joy that was set before the Lord? The kingdom of heaven.
Right.
He knew that he was about to be on the right hand side of the Father. It said that he endured that cross.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna have to do. You know, it says, I'm gonna read it again. Who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. All right? And we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. So that's what we got to look upon. So like the brother was saying, the Lord went through it. We're going to have to go through it. You know?
That's right.
And that's what we're coming into. It's going to be a rough road. It's easier said than done. You know? Some brothers be waking up with anxiety. You know what I mean? Hey, the Lord had anxiety. Right before he knew he was coming, he was sweating blood. They tell you that in the scriptures. How much more us? When you sweating blood, that's heavy anxiety. The Lord was praying. He was asking, like, he asked his disciples, "Then y'all can't stand for me."
Right.
You know what I mean? And he just
understood. It's just
prayed,
me.
and then he just knew, it's time.
Yeah, because he had to go through that alone.
Yeah, he had to do it alone. You know? But that was the point on that.
Revelation 3:21. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am sat down with my Father in his throne. And also, like Yahweh Shah overcame, you know, how did he overcome? He had to go through the trials and tribulations, man. And scripture say what? That no servant is greater than his master, man. So if they have persecuted Yahweh Shah, they're going to persecute us also, man. You know, you see what he had to go through. You know, we're going to have to go through that, man. You know, but guess what? Like the brother just read, you know, for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, man. You know, so Yahweh Shah, he knew that after he went through all the tribulations and trials that he had gone through, that he could receive a greater glory, man, which is what? That new body, man. You know, so after he died, he got the new body, man. You know, he said what? You know, I am he that was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore, man. You know, so the elect, you know, we're going to have to go through the same things, man. Our trials, our cross, our tribulations is going to come in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, because Jacob will be tried too. 2/3 they're going to be tried too. But what? 2/3 they have no hope, man. They have no hope in the times of tribulation and times of trial, man. You know, they don't believe in Yahweh Shah. They believe in Jesus Christ. They believe in Allah. You know, they believe in God, man. You know, we believe in Yahweh Hashem Shah. You see? So we have the hope that even after we die, the Most High can give us our lives back, man. You know, and greater, man. You know, Yahweh Shah say, if you follow me, I'm gonna give you 100-fold, man. Whatever you lost, whether it's woman, whether it's children, you know, you're gonna have eternal life plus 100-fold of whatever you had before you lost that life that you had. You know, so hey, man, hey, the Most High, man, he about to give us life, man. You know,
all we can do, man, is pray to the Lord, have faith, and you know, keep doing this work. You know, keep being brotherly, keep fasting. You know, and just be patient.
That's right.
You close it, brother.
Yeah, so with that, you know, we're going to close it out. You know, all praises to Yahweh.
Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Hashem, Kadash.
Hey, the more honest to our apostles and our elders that give us this truth and all this purity and sincerity. And salutations to the Akim pushing out the word of Yahweh Bashim Shah throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.
Shalom. Bible ball.
Bible ball. Shalom.
The middle one.